Okay, I've got it. Here we go. I'm Brian, your Game Show Junkie, saying that I hope that everything you're going for hits the bullseye. Now that I'm officially done with that, we can move on. After Nickelodeon had a smash hit with Double Dare, they decided to build on its success and develop a sister show. The only difficult part was coming up with a concept. What else do kids like to do besides run around and get messy? The answer was messing up the house. The result was the show where what you find is what you keep. Finders Keepers! If you're all ready to search and destroy, let's head into the house. Like Double Dare, 2 teams of 2 played against each other for cash and prizes. Unlike Double Dare, Finders Keepers had their teams color-coded blue and red. Each round was divided into 2 parts. The first was the Hidden Pictures round, where the teams were shown a picture with 4 objects hidden. After a clue was read, the teams had 10 seconds to buzz in and circle the object. The correct answer netted the team $25 and the right to search 1 room in the house. After all the clues were read, the teams would go into the Finders Keepers house to add more money. The house consisted of 8 rooms which changed from day to day. The house included usual house rooms like Mom and Dad's room, the living room, and the bathroom, to rooms that would only be in their house, like the general store, the pastry shop, and the beach. A clue is read to an everyday object hidden in that room. The team has 30 seconds to find that object. If they do, they add $50 to their score, but if they don't, the $50 goes to the other team. This is where the essence of the show really shines. Since this was a set and a lot of the props were breakable, kids were allowed to do whatever they wanted, including throwing things around and knocking things over. The second round started with another hidden picture with 5 objects hidden. Each correct answer was worth $75 and the right to search one of the 4 remaining rooms in the house. The rooms for the second round were worth $100 an object, and one of the rooms contained that day's instant prize. They found out they were in said room if the lights flash on and off and a bell rings. If the object was found, the team won the $100 and the prize, usually a trip. If they fail, the other team just received the $100. After the last room, the team with the most money won and moved to the bonus round. If a tie occurred, they returned to the main game set for 1 more hidden picture. The first team to find 2 hidden pictures won the game. The bonus round was known as the room-to-room romp. 6 of the 8 rooms contained hidden object clue cards. Every time they found the card, they won a prize. The back of the card said which room to go to next and contained the clue to the next object. The team had 90 seconds to go through as many of the rooms as they could. Getting all 6 cards got them all 6 prizes. The host was actor Wesley Orr. After acting in daytime soap Days of Our Lives and Land of the Lost, Wesley became Nickelodeon's second game show host. Just like Mark Summers, his enthusiasm level was always through the roof and always made the contestants feel welcome. That said, he knew how to keep the contestants in line and even made fun of his mistakes at times.
Pee-wee's the kind of guy with this kind of tie. Wait, would you relax? Your cheerleaders are all alike. A penny porker. Wait. Our cheerleader, I'll tell you. Now you just wait. Here we go. Ready? Oh, can't look at this. What are you peeking on my cards? Everybody at home, please be quiet. This is very important. At home? In the audience. All right. We can hear you right there from the television set.
I've always wanted to hear from one of the hosts what it was like to host their show and maybe even some behind-the-scenes stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Wesley Orr!
Hey, Brian, first of all, I want to thank you for having me as a guest on your show.
That's right, folks. I'm only 6 episodes into this series, and I already have a guest appearing. Take that, nostalgia critic!
Stop!
Tell us, Wesley, what was hosting Finders Keepers like?
It was a dream come true. I had hosted several game show pilots for NBC and different networks, but Finders Keepers was the first game show that I got to host that actually went on the air. And of course it was for Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon was just starting at that time, and it was still cable. You couldn't get it without a subscription at the time, and I'll tell you, it was an exciting time. It was one of the highest rated shows on TV. We actually beat out Double Dare, and I love Mark Summers, and I loved having that kind of battle between Mark and myself.
You must have done something right, because during Double Dare's third season, this happened.
And what's your favorite show on TV?
Finders Keepers.
Finders Keepers.
Although you were great with the contestants, there were some points where the contestant had their hands on the object and never picked them up. What goes through your mind during those situations?
Sometimes you would see the kids, they had 60 seconds to find a hidden object. And I would see them, they'd have their hands on the object, and I can't give it away because I'm not allowed to give them any hints. For instance, we'd give them a clue like, Grandma takes these out at night. And of course they were looking for clattering teeth, right? And they were hidden, and sometimes their hands were almost touching it. But I couldn't say a word.
Byron Taylor, who created a colorful Double Dare set, was back at it creating a cozy, homey set for Finders Keepers. The set where the Hidden Pictures round was held resembled an outdoor patio, since the center of the set was the front door to the big house. The contestants' podiums were small, color-coded houses. The background even resembled the outside of the house. When it came to the big house, they literally had to break the fourth wall down in order to see what was going on inside. Now, I know from experience that a set is usually smaller in person than it is on TV, but what was the set like in person?
It was a 2-story house set, and there was 4 rooms on the top, 4 rooms on the bottom, and we filmed it in an IMAX theater in Philadelphia because it was so large. And of course the kids won the right to be in Alibaba's bedroom or Mom and Dad's bedroom or any of the outer space room. It was pretty extraordinary.
Game show music veteran Ed Kalehoff was brought on to create another memorable theme for Nickelodeon, and he delivered. He also created 30-second and 90-second pieces for both the House Search and Room to Room Romp. Also, he composed a catchy piece that would play while Wesley and the teams went from room to room in the house.
Right, here we are.
The most effective sound effect was the buzzin' for the players. Since the show is themed around a giant house, the buzzin' signal was a doorbell.
Hit your buzzer, make sure that sucker's working. There we go.
Pretty ingenious, isn't it? Wesley, I've always said that music and sound effects are 2 key ingredients to a successful game show. Did you ever find yourself dancing to the theme music?
Yes, I did start dancing when I heard the theme song. Ed created the most amazing, upbeat, fun theme song for Finders Keepers. And every time we'd go to commercial or something like that, I found myself just dancing away. And the kids in the audience were terrific. They were dancing. Because what we did was we filmed 3 shows in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So in the morning, we had a whole bunch of school buses come in with all these kids. Then after 3 shows, we went to lunch, they went away, and bunch of new school buses brought in another audience for our afternoon shows. But the music truly was wonderful, and Ed, who has created so many memorable theme songs, really outdid himself with Finders Keepers.
As stated before, catchphrases either come right away or evolve over time. Instead of the typical on your mark, get set, go, Wesley would tell the kids to go like this.
Ready to go? Find it! Find it! Find it! All right, there they go!
Wesley, did you find your catchphrase, find it, right away?
Most game shows have sort of a tagline, and I immediately found my Find It tagline for Finders Keepers. And I loved it, and I would have kids stop me on the street going, "Find it, Wesley, find it!" I gotta tell you something though. Our show was hated by a lot of parents. there was actually a home game. Now remember, Finders Keepers is a show about trashing a house. So we'd hide an object, the kids could destroy everything because everything was breakable, nothing would harm a kid. Even the computers were like plastic and you could punch through them. There was nothing that would hurt a kid. So kids would go home, hide an object, and play Finders Keepers in their houses, but they'd be trashing their real house. I gotta tell you, I had a lot of complaints from parents. Finders Keepers was an extraordinary show. I think it was one of the cleverest shows I had ever had sort of witnessed in my life. And I was very, very happy to be a part of it.
There you have it, Finders Keepers, a sister show to a Nickelodeon juggernaut proving that kids' game shows were not a fluke and there will be plenty more. Like Double Dare, there was a couple of copycats with the element of find this in this amount of time. But Brian, what was the one show that gave the Nickelodeon shows a run for their money? Be patient, we'll get to that. Until next time, I'm Brian, your Game Show Junkie, saying that I hope you find what you're looking for. See you later.